1-2. Swung on and miss. Fuchs
coming in right side. Sip. Goes down to the slide and gets it.
Nelson's going to take off on the pitch, which is a called strike 3.
West Marshall pitches a ground ball through the infield on the left side. One will score. They're going to wave a second runner around. Throw will come to the plate. It is not in time.
Ulster Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
It's Championship Saturday here on your live event. The Kindred Richland Vikings, the number 2 seed, going up against the top seed, the Central Cass Squirrels. It's a rivalry night as well as both teams from Region 1 are here for the state championship. And a pleasant, good Saturday afternoon. I'm Chase Miller. This is our Irie Insurance pregame show. For more information, go online to irieins.com. From Theraldson Park, it's the state Class B girls championship game here for high school softball. The Central Cass Squirrels coming in with a mark of 17 wins and 4 losses. This is their 9th title game in program history. 5 titles. They've won it 3 straight years here for the Central Cass Squirrels. On the opposite side for the Kindred Richland Vikings, this is their 5th title game. They've won 3 titles, a runner-up as well. Kindred Richland, 15 wins and 3 losses. Coming up, we'll get to a little bit more of our title game history with Central Cass and Kindred Richland. This is the 4th meeting between the Vikings and the Squirrels. But first, let's recap what happened earlier today in the consolation portion of our bracket and in the 3rd place game as well. As earlier today in the 7th place game, Thompson defeats Des Lacs Burlington 17-2 in 5 innings of play for the Tommies. So Thompson is 7th place. In the consolation title, number 4 seed Mayport CG with a 7-3 win over Velva Drake Anamoose, as Riley Santrum had the complete game win in 7 innings for the Patriots. The 3rd place game, the Beulah Miners defeat the Renville County Muskrats in 5 innings, a 10-0 for Beulah in that one. They score 6 runs in the 5th, and that leaves this final game between Kindred Richland and the Central Cass Squirrels as well. And we're going to be getting underway here at 4 o'clock to start our festivities off here at Theraldson Park. For the Kindred Richland Vikings, how they got to this point in this tournament, a 17-7 win over Velva Drake Anamoose, and a 6-3 win over the Beulah Miners yesterday. The Central Cass Squirrels, a 20-3 win over Des Lacs Burlington in 5 innings, then a Payton Nelson walk-off 2-run homer to straightaway center field last night, a 3-2 win for the Squirrels in that contest in comeback fashion. For the Kindred Richland Vikings defeating the Beulah Miners, the story of that game was Danica Rath on the mound. She had the complete game win, 6 hits, 3 runs, 1 was earned with 3 strikeouts and 2 walks. So coming up today on the circle, it'll be Rath for Kindred Richland and Tori Richter for the Central Cass Squirrels. We'll take a quick time out. We're back after this. We'll dive into the history a little bit more between Kindred Richland and Central Cass, get to our starting lineups and the first pitch that is scheduled for 4 o'clock again this afternoon. It's the championship. It's the State B softball title, and this is our Irie Insurance pregame show on your live event.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical North Dakota high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
The Kindred Public School District looks to collaboratively cultivate an environment that challenges learners to reach their full potential in a student-centered, community-supported environment while building authentic relationships that promotes active engagement in learning, literacy, and life. Kindred Public Schools' mission is to educate, prepare, and maximize student potential. Kindred Public School District, student-centered, community-supported. For more info about upcoming school events and news, go online to kindred.k12.us. As we continue on our Irie Insurance pregame show here, let's dive into the history between the Squirrels and the Kindred Richland Vikings. This is the 4th title game matchup between these two teams. And since 2014 as well, Kindred Richland won the first 2 by a final of 3-2 in 2014 and 1-0 in 2017. Central Cass won the last matchup between these two teams in a championship in 2019. The final was 6-2. Earlier this season, The Squirrels won their opener against Kindred Richland 7-3, only to see the Vikings come back and score 5 runs in the 7th inning for a 6-5 win in Kindred. And then the Region 1 title went to the Central Cass Squirrels in Hillsboro by a final of 4-2. So there's definitely history between these two teams. They play a lot. They're the 1 and 2 seed. If Kindred Richland, for example, wins that Region 1 title, more than likely it goes to the particulars on the score. There probably would be the 1 seed on the opposite side for the Central Cass Squirrels. They won the title. They are the 1 seed right now. So that's how close these two particular teams have been going back and forth with how the Squirrels and the Kindred Richland Vikings have met up throughout this season. For Kindred Richland, it's 15 wins to 3 losses. For the Central Cass Squirrels, it's 17 wins and 4 losses here on the season for Central Cass. So it's 1 versus 2, it's red versus blue, it's rival versus rival, and there's a really good crowd on deck here as well from Theraldson Park. You can already see fans up and down the first and third base lines trying to get a seat as much as possible. There was questions earlier because games were finishing up earlier whether or not they were able to maybe start at a 3:40 or 3:45 a start time instead. They said, nope, we're going to make it right at 4 o'clock here for this one. Scott Costa, head coach for Central Cass. Sam Brandt, the head coach for the Kindred Richland Vikings. We'll take a quick timeout. We come back after this. We'll take a look at some of the other title games going on across the state of North Dakota. Class B baseball later tonight at Newman Outdoor Field. You have State A softball in Jamestown and State A baseball in Jamestown as well. It's Kindred Richland and the Central Cass Squirrels. Game number 22 for Central Cass, and this is game number 19 on the season for the Vikings. Clear skies. It has been 70 to 75 degrees throughout the morning into the afternoon here, and the wind that there is, it is blowing a little bit from left to right or a little in this afternoon here at Theraldson Park. We'll continue on our Irie Insurance pregame show after this, closing in on the opening lineups and the first pitch here on your live event.
Booster Club is here to support, promote, and encourage all Patriot sports and academic activities. The Mayport CG Booster Club members strive each year to make events within Mayport CG schools a very rewarding experience for the students, athletes, and spectators alike. For more information, like the Mayport CG Booster Club on Facebook. Best of luck to all the teams in the state softball tournament, and good luck to the Region 2 champ, Mayport CG Patriots, from the Mayport CG Booster Club.
Hello, Shane with Irie Insurance. We are proud to announce our Benefits Connect platform. You will have more options with Irie Insurance Benefits Connect. You have choices. Do you know who your group agent is? Do you meet annually to review benefits? Would you like to save money? Would you like more benefits? You have choices. We take a different approach to providing benefits through education, communication, and a personal touch. To find out more about Irie Insurance, go to IrieInsurance.com.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. This spring has been a trying time, and we may feel everything is out of our control. Please remember to slow down and stay safe this spring. Come home to your families each and every night. Please use this time to make sure your planter is ready to go. Keep downtime to a minimum. When you get into the fields, we are here to help you with any planting issues that may come up. RDK Enterprises, 636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
As we continue on our Irie Insurance pregame show here, it's the Kindred Richland Vikings and the Central Cass Squirrels. Let's take a whip around on what is going on later tonight as well across the state of North Dakota. From Trapper Field in Class A softball, it's Bismarck High and Dickinson High. That game got underway a little earlier here in the 3 o'clock hour. So 1 seed from the west against the 2 seed from the west in Bismarck High. In the state baseball tournament going on at Jack Brown Stadium in Jamestown, it's Fargo Shanley and West Fargo Cheyenne. That's scheduled to get underway at 4:30. And then the state baseball championship in Class B, that'll be between Lemoore Litchfield and the Thompson Tommies. That is scheduled to get underway at 6:15 tonight at Newman Outdoor Field between the Tommies and the Lobos. So that's a look at your whip around here across the state of North Dakota. We will crown 4 champions just in softball and baseball today. The Kindred Richland Vikings out in their blue uniforms with white pinstripes up front with white numerals and white lettering. For the Central Cass Squirrels, they're going to be out in their familiar red uniforms with the black pants here for the Central Cass Squirrels, again under the direction of head coach Scott Koss. For the Kindred Richland Vikings, under the guidance of Sam Brandt. But again, for Kindred Richland and Central Cass, the Squirrels coming out in their red tops, black pants with black numerals outlined in white with Squirrels written across the front. That does it now for our Irie Insurance pregame show. When we come back, it's the first pitch, starting lineups, and we'll find out, will the Kindred Richland Vikings win the state title and try to get their 4th state championship in program history and the first since 2017? Or will it be the dominance again of the Central Cass Squirrels? The Squirrels looking for their 4th straight title and their 6th in program history here for Central Cass. It's the 2-seed Vikings and the 1-seeded Squirrels. That does it for our Irie Insurance pregame show. For more information, go online to irieins.com. That again is irieins.com for all of your insurance requests. It's championship night on a Saturday here at Theraldson Park in Fargo. The starting lineups in the first pitch is next here on your live event.
School's mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The new STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow into the new space and move forward with excellence.
Dakota Heritage Bank is a bank on the go and on the grow, with locations in Hunter, Hope, Galesburg, Hillsboro, Grandin, Gackle, Streeter, Judd, Harvey, Medina, and Red Lake Falls. More locations and more services. Dakota Heritage Bank offers mobile banking and online banking with bill pay, so you can bank anytime, anywhere. Stop in and visit Dakota Heritage Bank today. Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. dhbanknd.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Efficiencies are critical, which is why you need a lender who will find the right loan structure for a strong financial future. You need a lender to look out for your whole farm operation. Ag Country. Experts in every field.
The team at Maple River Grain and Agronomy wishes the best of luck to the players in today's game. Maple River Grain and Agronomy is proudly serving producers, accessing markets, and building relationships in eastern North Dakota and western Minnesota. They offer a variety of grain marketing and agronomy solutions. See the latest updates by following MRGA on social media. They're active on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Check out the website at mrga.com to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy and how they can serve you and your operation.
A nice contingent on hand here at Theraldson Park. A lot of red, a lot of blue. Kind of what you expect between two rivals that quite honestly don't have to go too far to travel to a state title. Theraldson Park here underwent a $2 million renovation. A dollar renovation in 2018. They put the field turf in. They were able to put batting cages and fully padded outfield walls. The bleacher seating capacity is a total of 735. That includes the grandstand here behind home plate and also the 100 and some seats that they have up the right field line. So 735, then you add that with some of the standing room here. We're probably going to get north of that as we see some folks filing in as well from Newman Outdoor Field. So probably it's safe to say you could get around 750 or so probably here for a softball game. Also great weather here in Fargo. 218 to straightaway center it is. 200 down both the left and right field line. And a good June the 4-2. I'm Chase Miller as Tori Richter in the circle here finalizing her final warm-up tosses for the Kindred Richland Vikings. They'll go like this. Leah Rowland, a shortstop freshman, batting leadoff. Bria Mock, the sophomore second baseman, batting second. Maddie Bircho, the senior catcher, third. Mackenzie Fuchsa, the cleanup batter here, batting fourth. Danica Rath, the opposing pitcher, fifth. Remy DeBoard is sixth, followed by Jansen Jornheim, the sophomore center fielder, seventh. Avery Ammerman batting eighth, and Anna Essling is batting ninth here for Kindred Richland. Opening pitch scheduled for 4 o'clock. It's 3:59. We're right on schedule here as Richter looks into Pranty, and it'll be at 3:59 for the scheduled first pitch, and that'll come in as a strike. So Roland here, the shortstop freshman for the Kindred Richland Vikings in this state tournament, 2 of 7 with 5 runs scored at the top of the lineup here for the Vikings. This one misses in. It'll be 1-1. Tori Richter in the circle here for Central Cass. Had the complete game yesterday in their win over Renville County. 1 ball, 1 strike as the righty Richter looks in against the righty Rowland. This one is going to be hit on the ground as shortstop. Holzer is there across the diamond. Does Payton Nelson keep her foot on the bag? She does. What a throw by Holzer to get out the speedy Rowland. It's 6-3 on the putout and 1 out here to begin this contest. Nice play by Holzer at short. Sinner at third, Fletchock at second, and as you mentioned, as we heard there, Payton Nelson is at first base. Camry Nelson in right field with Prochnow in center, Severson in left. This one swung on and missed to the catcher's glove of Pranty, now 0-1. So for the Central Cass Squirrels, looking for win 18 on the season and another title for the Kindred Richland Vikings, looking for Sweet 16 on the season and trying to get their 4th title in program history. This one will miss outside for a ball. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike. Mock on the tournament, 4 of 8 with 3 runs scored and a 1-run driven in. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here on the way. Richter, this one is going to be hit on the ground, and Holzer's kept busy. It's a 2-hopper across the diamond again to Nelson, this time right on throw. It'll be 6-3, 2 outs yet again. Top of the lineup for Kindred Richland. And there you got a lot of speed. If you can keep them off the base pass, that's the best way to try to beat the Vikings because they like taking the extra 60 feet, whether it's on wild pitches, stolen base, or applying pressure. Maddie Bircho, the senior catcher, and she smashes one to right center field, and that's going to die in front of Camry Nelson. And Bircho gets a 2-out opposite field single, and Kindred Richland has their first base runner here against Tori Richter. Maddie Bircho now 4 of 9 in the state tournament as Mackenzie Fuchsa, the sophomore first baseman, will dig in. Fuchsa, 1 of 6 with 3 runs scored and 3 runs driven in so far in 2 games here for the Kindred Richland Vikings. In 2 games in the state tournament, the Vikings batting .377 as a team. Birchall stays put at first base. She does have the wheels, though, as she came in with 9 stolen bases into the state tournament. 1 ball, no strikes here to the cleanup batter and the sophomore first baseman here for Kindred Richland. Seen some fans wearing all different kinds of uniforms and those across the state here. This one going to be on a 1-hop, hit to center across the diamond to Nelson, 5-3 on the putout, and that'll retire the side here in the top of the first inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the first inning. It's the Squirrels coming to bat. It's the Region 1 versus Region 1. It's the state championship on your live event.
Successful teams need a place to practice when the weather doesn't cooperate or the teams just need an extra swing. The Mayport Youth Center provides that option for the Mayport CG School District, summer baseball and softball teams. The Mayport Youth Center is an indoor facility that includes batting cages and field turf. In the winter, the facility is home to the Mayport Ice Dog hockey team. Good luck to the Mayport CG Patriots from the Mayport Youth Center.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
To the bottom of the first we go. Here's how the Central Cass Squirrels will go up against Danica Rath. Tori Richter, the junior pitcher, batting leadoff, followed by Grace Fletchock at second base here tonight, batting second. Katie Sinner, the junior third baseman, followed by Barbara Pranty, the cleanup batter. Payton Nelson, the senior first baseman, batting fifth. Riley Holzer, the senior shortstop, sixth. Paige Wixo, the sophomore designated player. Then Taylor Severson, the junior left fielder, followed by Camry Nelson, the junior right fielder. In the flex position is Michaela Prochnow here for the Squirrels. Richter, Fletchock, and Sinner here going up against Danica Rath in the circle for the Kindred Richland Vikings. Danica Rath did a really nice job last night against the Beulah Miners, getting the complete game win in the circle. So both pitchers trying to go the distance for the second consecutive day for their respective clubs. Richter, Fletchock, and Sinner Danica Rath in the circle, Maddie Bircho behind the plate, and she is tough to run against with that gun for the senior catcher. Here's the pitch by Rath, swung on and missed by Richter. It's now 0-1. Remy DeBoard in left field, Jornheim in straightaway center, Essling in right. Ammerman in third with Fuchsa at first, Mock at second, and Roland at short. This one hit in the air, a slot line drive, and going in a little bit to the hole there is Roland for the out. L6 for those scoring at home, and it's now going to be Grace Fletchock. Fletchock 2 of 7 in 2 games here in the state tournament, 2 runs and a run driven in. The Kindred Richland Vikings took advantage of some errors against Velvet Drake Anamoose in the quarterfinals in a 17-7 win. And then the Beulah Miners able to get to Christensen a little bit later on as they were able to defeat Beulah to get to this championship game for Central Cass. No problem with the Lags Burlington as Fletchock takes an opening pitch ball. And then it went right down to the wire last night against Renville County. This one hit up the third base line, and that'll be foul 1-1. Squirrels bats were silent until the last inning where they had a triple followed by a 2-run homer by Nelson to straightaway center to plank the 2 runs and win it by a final of 3-2 against the Muskrats yesterday. This one hit on the ground, one hopper to Ammerman across the diamond of Fuchsa, and that is an out, 5-3. So the left side of the infield getting some work early between the Vikings and the Squirrels here. Katie Sinner, the junior third baseman, will step up to the plate. Sinner so far in this tournament, 2 of 6 with 3 runs scored and a run driven in. Danica Rath not wasting too many pitches here as she gets 2 quick outs against the Squirrels. This one will miss up in the zone. Now it's 1-0. See some teams that are here as well. The Central Cass baseball team in attendance after winning the Consolation Championship earlier today. 1-0 pitch. This one is laced to third, but right to Ammerman. The third baseman hits it to the third baseman to retire the side. What a play there by Ammerman at third base. It's a 3-up, 3-down, bottom of the first inning. We go to the top of the second scoreless here on your live event.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical North Dakota high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
What's at stake here? Well, for the Central Cass Squirrels, in search of their 4th straight title and also their 6th title in program history. They've won it in 2013, 15, 18, 19, in 2021. On the opposite side for the Kindred Richland Vikings, they're looking for their 4th state title. This is their 5th title game appearances. The Vikings won in 14, 16, and 2017. 2 of their 3 championships have came against the hands of Central Cass, and with COVID year again, there was no championship. This one going to get hit over Richter to Holzer, one hop, and that's going to be in there, and hopefully Danica Rath is all right. She kind of came up a little gimp. She's going to be at first base here. We'll see if they give it a hit. They do. Danica Rath just kind of hit him where they ain't. Flipped one over Richter. It was a tough play there, particularly for Riley Holzer. Holzer came on through a one-hopper to Nelson, and will have a courtesy runner coming into the game here for the Kindred Richland Vikings. That looks to be Cora Johnson, and Johnson will be on here for the Kindred Richland Vikings. So Remy DeBoard will step up to the plate now for the Vikings. DeBoard in this tournament, 1 of 6 with 2 runs scored and a run driven in. And now Sam Brandt, just what the doctor ordered if you're a Kindred Richland Viking fan, get some speed on the bases here with Johnson and try to be a pest to this Squirrels defense. Swung on and foul tip to the backstop. It'll be 0-1 to Remy DeBoard. So Danica Rath gets the first hit. Then she gets come out for on the courtesy runner. She's wearing a brace around her left knee. Richter, 0-1 pitch on the way to Pranty. That'll miss down low as Barbara does a good job of digging that one out. Now it'll be 1-1. Remy DeBoard, the sophomore left fielder here, has yet to swing the bat on 2 pitches against Richter. Kindred Richland, a pair of ground outs to Holzer, then a ground out to Sinner to retire the side after Bircho had a 2-out single. Now they get the lead runner on. 1-1 pitch, that'll miss. Now 2-1. These two teams very similar in terms of really quality play in the infield and the outfield. It's the old adage of don't beat yourself too much if you don't have to. And then you go on the opposite side and kind of say, all right, well, there is definitely the opportunity to find your way. And now they might give that air. They will. This one will go across the diamond, and it's going to be out of the glove as climbing in to try to apply the tag was Holzer, and then it goes out of her glove there on the slide by Johnson. So Cora Johnson now in scoring position, and they will mark that hint, so to speak, by Rath. They'll actually mark that an error on the throw by Holzer. So now there's going to be one error here for the Central Cass Squirrels in the infield. So the one hit comes from Bircho, the error there by Holzer on the one hop to Nelson to allow Danica Rath to reach base safely. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to the board. This one is hit, and that goes to Holzer. Holzer's going to go across the diamond. They get the out there. Payton Nelson goes to center, but sliding in safely is Johnson. Johnson with a feet-first slide. There is an out. 6-3 again on the put-up, but Cora Johnson now 60 feet away as Jansen Jornheim will step up. Jornheim 1 of 3 in this tournament with 3 runs scored and no runs driven in. She has, however, been able to work the count, has 4 walks for Kindred Richland. Infield playing a little in now, trying to gun down the runner at home if it does come. Yes, she did. She went through the zone and offered at that one to Jansen Jornheim, now 0-1. She went to go bunt and then tried to, at the last second, pull it back a little bit, but couldn't. Center ball playing 10 feet down the line at third. The same for Payton Nelson at first. 0-1 pitch on the way with 1 out here in the top of the second. This one is hit in the air, and that's to center field, and that'll work, and it might even be a base knock. That goes all the way off the wall. Rounding first, on her way to second is Jornheim, and the Kindred Richland Vikings have taken the first lead of the game at 1-0. So Kindred Richland with an opposite field double there for Jornheim. Johnson comes in to score, and Jansen has her first RBI here of the tournament at a most prime time in a title game. So Jornheim with the RBI double for the Vikings. This one is in on the ground foul. It'll be now 0-1 to Avery Ammerman. Ammerman, the sophomore, batting 2 of 6 in this tournament. So the air does come back to haunt the Central Cass Squirrels after Danica Rath hit one right over Tori Richter. Holzer came in to try to glove it on the second hop. As she did, she threw a one-hopper to Payton Nelson, and that got by Nelson to allow Danica Rath to reach at first. 0-1 pitch on the way. That'll miss for a ball. Now it's going to be 1-1. And then you have Cora Johnson able to steal and get into scoring position after it looked like Pranty was able to beat her on the throw, but when Holzer came to apply the tag, it came out of her glove, and now all of a sudden able to come home was Johnson as well after the hit there by Jordan. This one foul back. It'll be 1-2. So I mentioned it could be little things that find the way to win a ball game here, and runs have been tough to come by when these two teams have played in a championship in recent years. 2019, 8 runs combined. 2017, there was just 1 run. This one is fouled by Ammerman, as will stay alive here for Avery. 2017, again, it was 1-0 Kindred, and then in 2014, just 5 runs combined, 3-2. So if you take any solace into history, it says probably not going to score too many in this game for either club. Swung on and missed as Richter gets the strikeout and out number 2. Tori Richter with her first strikeout of the evening. It's now Essling here, the sophomore right fielder. Essling so far here, 2 runs scored for the number 9 batter. Runner at second base again is Jornheim. As Richter trying to limit the damage just to 1 run here in the second inning. This one in there for a strike, now 0-1. Our umpires for today, Mark Sandman calling balls and strikes. Chad Mears at third base, and Don Doyle at first base here, our 3-man umpiring crew. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the second. Richter throws one out of the zone on the rise ball. Now it'll be 1-1. Kindred Richland will go back to the top of the lineup in Roland, due up next. Righty versus righty here. Richter against Essling. The 1-1 pitch. That one will miss out of the zone. 2-1 for the Central Cass Squirrels in the bottom half of the second inning. Then we'll send Pranty, Nelson, and Holzer to the plate, and that has been a really good part of the lineup, not just this season, but also in this tournament for Central Cass. 2-1 pitch is fouled back to the netting, and it'll be 2-2. There was a foul ball that came inside the press box earlier today. Able to get one. It was peppered a lot yesterday in the semifinals. 2 balls, 2 strikes with a runner at second and 2 outs in the second. It's deuces wild everywhere. And the pitch. Swung on and missed, and Richter gets the strikeout. So there was a run off 1 hit. There was an error and 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the second inning. It's a 1-0 game. Kindred Richland, but the Central Cass Squirrels coming to bat with the meat of the order next here on your live event.
School district looks to collaboratively cultivate an environment that challenges learners to reach their full potential in a student-centered, community-supported environment while building authentic relationships that promotes active engagement in learning, literacy, and life. Kindred Public Schools' mission is to educate, prepare, and maximize student potential. Kindred Public School District, student-centered, community-supported. For more info about upcoming school events and news, go online to kindred.k12.us.
Bottom of the second inning, it's Pranty, Nelson, and Holzer for the Squirrels. Pranty, not just a good defensive catcher, but also in this tournament, 4 of 6 with 4 runs driven in. She was a single hitting parade and able to get RBIs against the Lax Burlington in the quarters. Here's the pitch. This one is hitting right to the shortstop, Roland, for the glove. Roland also wearing the neon shoelaces, a little green, a little pink there as well to have some extra flash on that one. 1 pitch and 1 out now here in the second inning. So line drive to the shortstop to Roland, and now it's Payton Nelson. Nelson, the hero last night. When it came off her bat, it just sounded good to deliver the 2-run homer to straightaway center field. Here's the 1-0 pitch on the way. This one will be on the outer part of the plate, and 1-1. Payton Nelson, so far this season, 7 home runs, 22 runs driven in. She's got 4 RBIs so far here in the tournament. 1-1 pitch, swung on and missed off speed, now 1-2. A senior first baseman here for the Squirrels. Infield playing a little bit to pull for Nelson, and the left fielder DeBoard nearly standing at the warning track. 1-2 pitch. Check swing there on the off speed. Nelson just came through the zone check swing as it ran in on the hands. It'll be 2 out now here in the bottom of the second inning. So a little pop-up to Danica Rath, and now it's Riley Holzer. Holzer hit a 2-run homer against the Lax Burlington back on Thursday. Now it's to left field. This one will be a ball. Now 1-0. Riley Holzer will look back in again, and for Danica Rath, working quickly here, 5 up and 5 retired so far for the right-handed pitcher for the Vikings. This one will miss as well. Now 2-0. Maddie Bircho, as she did last night, just telling Danica if something's a little bit high, telling her to keep it lower and in the zone. 2-0 on the way here to Holzer. Holzer hits one high in the air, but that's to center field. Jornheim drifting back. She loses her hat, and that one's going to be off the wall. Rounding first on her way to second is Holzer, and it's a double for Riley Holzer. Holzer is going to be in scoring position now. A high fly ball that kind of carried a little bit. Losing her hat was Jornheim for a moment, or we should say visor. That'll be a base knock there for Holzer. I've seen some good hits already by both of these teams to the deepest part of the park, and now the Central Cass Squirrels have the tie and run in scoring position with Paige Wixo. First pitch swinging, this one goes to second on the line, and Mock is there to retire the side. A little soft line drive hit to Mock at second as she tracked it down just behind second base. 1 pitch, 1 out to retire the side here in the bottom of the second inning. It's the Kindred Richland Vikings up by a run. It's the championship on your live event.
Booster Club is here to support, promote, and encourage all Patriot sports and academic activities. The Mayport CG Booster Club members strive each year to make events within Mayport CG schools a very rewarding experience for the students, athletes, and spectators alike. For more information, like the Mayport CG Booster Club on Facebook. Best of luck to all the teams in the state softball tournament, and good luck to the Region 2 champ, Mayport CG Patriots, from the Mayport CG Booster Club.
The Kindred Richland Vikings will be sending Roland, Mock, and Bircho 1, 2, and 3 batters up here the first time through. Bircho the only one to collect a hit. That was a 2-out single to right field. Chase Miller with you here on your live event. Thank you very much for tuning in to our coverage throughout this state softball tournament. A reminder, upcoming on Monday and Tuesday for your softball desire, we will have the video stream of both the Shield Softball All-Star Games on Monday in Bismarck and Tuesday in Castleton. Coverage gets underway at 4:30 on both days. This one will miss for a ball. It's now 1-0 to Roland. Some of the Shield Softball All-Stars here, a couple are playing in this contest. From Central Cass, it's Payton Nelson and Riley Holzer. From the Kindred Richland Vikings, that's Maddie Bircho. This one is hit to center, and there is going to be Prochnow. Fly out with Roland on the second pitch and one down. So the Shield Softball All-Star Series again will match the best of the East, Class A and Class A, Class A and Class B against some of the best from the West in the same thing. So Holzer from the Squirrels, Nelson from Central Cass, and alongside, as we mentioned, Maddie Bircho from Kindred Richland. So we will have that for you here on Monday starting at 4:30. First pitch swinging this one, a high hopper. Holzer's going to have to hurry. She does. Flips and beating out on an infield single will be Bria Mock. Mock on the infield single there. As that one was a tough play for Holzer. But Mock was able to hustle down the line for a base knock. As that was going to be a bang bay play. As getting aboard there is Mock, as Maddie Bircho will come up to the plate. So Bircho, the righty here, so far with a single today. Hits one on the screws. Holzer is there. They get the lead runner at second. Fletchock doesn't try to get the double play, just thinks better of it, but they get the lead runner. So now a runner at first base. There is 2 outs. Mock is retired. Bircho reaches on the fielder's choice. Now it's Mackenzie Fuchsa. Wasting very little time here this inning for the Kindred Richland Vikings, attacking the zone early. First pitch swinging for Mock, first pitch swinging for Bircho, and it was the second pitch of the at-bat for Roland. Mackenzie Fuchsa grounded out to center to retire the side, and the third runner's going to go. Pranty's throw to Holzer. Holzer gets the tag. Yes! Bircho trying to slide around the tag on the outfield side of second base. Holzer this time put 2 hands on the softball and came across, able to swipe Bircho to retire the side here in the third inning. So Bircho is out at second base, caught stealing as we go to the bottom of the third inning. It's still 1-0 Kindred Richland on your live event.
With Irie Insurance, we are proud to announce our Benefits Connect platform. You will have more options with Irie Insurance Benefits Connect. You have choices. Do you know who your group agent is? Do you meet annually to review benefits? Would you like to save money? Would you like more benefits? You have choices. We take a different approach to providing benefits through education, communication, and a personal touch. To find out more about Irie Insurance, go to IrieInsurance.com.
This is
The Central Cass Squirrels will send Taylor Severson, Camry Nelson, and Tori Richter, the 8, 9, and 1 batters here for the Central Cass Squirrels against Roland. As Maddie Bircho is getting her catcher's gear on as she returns to the diamond. So far for Tori Richter, 3 innings of work. She's given up 3 hits, 1 run, and 32 pitches, 2 strikeouts. The run was unearned. For Danica Rath, 2 innings of work with 16 pitches, 1 hit. There has been no strikeouts or no walks for Rath so far here for Kindred Richland. Some soft tosses for Danica Rath, but she knows where to place them. She knows where to kind of go through the zone. She had Beulah a little bit off their kilter yesterday and doing it so far here today again to the Squirrels on the opposite side. Richter's just been going hard through the zone, and you kind of know what you're going to get with Tori, someone who's got a little spunk on the softball, but also someone who's going to try to get ahead of a hitter. That's why Kindred Richland was coming out early to try to get through the zone and see if they can maybe jump on her a little bit. Taylor Severson, the junior left fielder here, takes a ball. Now 1-0 as Danica Rath falls behind the count. We haven't said that too much against the world batters here. Now 2-0 to Severson. Taylor Severson, 1 of 5 so far in this tournament. The 1 run scored and 1 run driven in. 2 balls, no strikes. And the pitch here by Rath. This one will be off speed and miss. Now 3-0. Central Cass Squirrels baseball team, again, congratulations to them taking the Consolation Championship back-to-back years at the State B baseball tournament. 3-0 pitch on the way. That'll miss for a ball, and it's a 4-pitch walk here for Severson. So Taylor gets aboard, and for back-to-back innings, Central Cass will have a base runner. They stranded Holzer at second base after a 2-out double. So Camry Nelson steps up to the plate. Nelson 4 of 6. You got to like that if you're Scott Coswell, your number 9 batter here in this tournament. Runner at first. Nelson's going to be first pitch swinging. That'll be foul up the third base line. As Ammerman was trying to backhand it, now 0-1. The crowd slowly but surely filing in here, both up the left field line. It is elbow to elbow, and same up the right field line all the way to the bullpen. It's elbow to elbow. It is a packed crowd here at Theraldson Park. 0-1 pitch on the way. Check swing. They're going to say, yes, she did go. It's now 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes with Severson at first, and it goes back to the top of the lineup with Tori Richter. Danica Rath, 0-2 pitch, swung on and miss, and Rath gets her first punch out of the evening. So Severson drew a walk, then Nelson, and that was a 4-pitch walk. Then Nelson goes down on 3 pitches. Tori Richter will step up here, a chance to help her own cause as well at the plate. Swung on and missed that one well out of the zone, and the break that came off that particular softball. They'll be now 0-1. Danica Rath really worked the outer part of the plate yesterday, awfully efficient against Beulah, doing it here as well. This time goes inside for the strike, and after 4 straight balls to Severson, it's 5 straight strikes here now to Nelson and Richter. As Danica Rath gets ahead in the count, no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. This one hit on the ground, going to be a tough play, and that's going to be a C&I single. Getting to second base is going to be Severson. Richter splits Ammerman and Rowland at 3rd and short, and it's a base knock here for Tori Richter. It was going to be a tough play immediately. If Ammerman was unable to try to cut in front of it, it would have been tough to try to get Richter out with her speed at first, but once it got by Ammerman, you just knew that Rowland couldn't do anything with it either, so Richter able to get aboard with a single. Runners at first and second. And for the first time today, the Squirrels have 2 runners on. This one hit in the air to left center field, and that's going to split the gap. Rounding third is Severson. Richter right behind her. Scott Costa is waving her in. It's a bases clearing 2 RBI double for Grace Fletchock on the first pitch of the at-bat, and the Squirrels lead it 2-1. That one split left center field of DeBoard and Jordheim, and that was hit on the screws. The sophomore comes up large here for Fletchock. Fletchock with the RBI double, and now it's Central Cass for the first time today with the lead. And center hits one, and that's over Rowland at short. It's into left field. Fletchock's rounding third. She's coming in. It's a double for Katie Center, and now Central Cass leads at 3-1. Wasting very little time as Fletchock in center first pitch of the at-bat. Second time through the order, a single by Richter, a double by Fletchock, and now another extra base hit with Katie Center. It's 3-1 Squirrels. And just like that, Central Cass takes the 2-run lead. Started with a leadoff walk with Severson. Danica Rath came back and able to get a strikeout of Camry Nelson. Tori Richter on an 0-2 pitch, able to get one in play and get a single with runners at first and second. Fletchock hits one to left center field for the double, and Katie Center hits one to left, and she's able to get to second base as well. 3 runs across, all earned on 4 hits so far for Central Cass, and now it's Pranty. This one is hit to left center field again. Rounding third is going to be Center. Pranty on her horse. She's able to get to second base and stay there. It's another double for Central Cass and their 4th straight hit as they lead it 4-1. And again, the first pitch of the at-bat with Fletchock, Center, and Pranty. They've all hit it to left and left center field. As the Squirrels will have a courtesy runner now coming onto the game for the Squirrels. That'll be Olivia Haugen for Pranty. And there's still only 1 out here. It's 4-1 Squirrels. So Pranty will have the RBI double. Sam Brandt just getting an explanation here, just making sure from the man calling balls and strikes behind the plate and Mark Sandman. Again, Chad Mears at third and Dan Doyle at first base. Well, Central Cass just came on and ambushed Danica Rath here in the 3rd inning. Payton Nelson will step up now. First pitch, well, she went swinging as well. So the Squirrels will fall behind the count 0-1, but They've timed up Danica Rath. That's the one thing is if you play a team 2, 3, 4 times in the season, you can start seeing pitches. You can start seeing time. The first time through the lineup went all in favor of Danica Rath, but the second time through the lineup, it's all Squirrels. A single by Richter, and then you got 3 straight hits after her as well with Fletchock, Center, and Pranty. And all of a sudden you look up, it's 4 runs here for Central Cass in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Outside part of the plate misses. It's 2 balls and 1 strike now to Payton Nelson. For Kindred Richland in the top of the 4th, they will have Fuchsa, Rath, and DeBoard, the 4, 5, and 6 batters at the plate. 2-1 pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. Now 2-2. So right now, Central Cass doing something they were unable to do against Renville County except one time, and that was the very end of the 7th inning, get back-to-back hits. 2-2 pitch. This is grounded, foul. We'll keep it at 2-2. So all of a sudden, you have 5 of the 6 batters to come to the plate here, excluding Payton Nelson, have somehow found a way to get aboard, whether it's been a double, single, or a walk. 2-2 pitch. That'll miss. Good block in the turf here by Bircho for not allowing the lead runner, Haugen, again, to get the 3rd base. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here with Riley Holzer in the hole to a dangerous Payton Nelson. This one is going to be popped up, and that one's going to be out of play, and that'll be on top of the Kindred Richland dugout, and it'll be 3-2. So Danica Rath right now looking to get a very good hitter out and try to keep Haugen as best as possible at second base. Trying to minimize the damage to just 4 right now for Kindred Richland. If you're Central Cass, there's an awfully big run in scoring position, and Nelson hits one on the screws to center field, and that one is off the scoreboard. It's gone. Payton Nelson with a 2-run homer to straightaway center field, and the Squirrels lead it 6-1. Just where she hit it yesterday for the walk-off win, Payton Nelson uncorks one as it goes off the scoreboard and straightaway center field. Nelson with her second 2-run home run of the tournament, and we will have a pitching change. Central Cass has opened the door with 6 runs in the 3rd inning here on your live event.
Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. This spring has been a trying time, and we may feel everything is out of our control. Please remember to slow down and stay safe this spring. Come home to your families each and every night. Please use this time to make sure your planter is ready to go. Keep downtime to a minimum. When you get into the fields, we are here to help you with any planting issues that may come up. RDK Enterprises, 636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Central Cass School's mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The new STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow into the new space and move forward with excellence.
Coming on now for the Kindred Richland Vikings will be Cora Johnson to pitch. Danica Rath will go to first base, and Fuchsa will go to right field here. So Fuchsa now in right field here for the Central Cass Squirrels. In center field, it's going to be Jordheim. This one going to be in there for a strike to Riley Holzer. It's the 8th batter to the plate now for a Central Cass, and the book might be done on Danica Rath. She goes 2 1/3 innings here. This one will miss in. Riley Holzer has a double. We'll see Rath's final numbers here in a moment. As Danica Rath goes 2 1/3 innings on 37 pitches. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Johnson. That'll miss outside now, 2-1. 6 hits, 6 runs, all earned. 1 strikeout, 1 walk, and the 2-run homer to straightaway center field to Nelson. That one was hit a quarter mile, by the way. 2-1 pitch. This one is laced to left, and the hit parade continues for Central Cass. Riley Holzer's aboard as the Squirrels now have the runner at first base. For Central Cass, it's 6 straight hits. 8 batters up, 1 retired on a strikeout, a walk, doubles, single, and also a 2-run shot. This one right back up the middle, and the Squirrels will go stationary softball here, 60 feet. Holzer's going to be at second. Wixo is at first, and now Central Cass has bat around here in the third inning, as Taylor Severson will be coming to the plate. And this is what the doctor ordered if you're a Central Cass fan. If you're a Kindred Richland fan, the question is, when can you put the Band-Aid on and stop the bleeding? You need some gauze out here, and then all of a sudden you're going to need some awfully good hitting against a really good pitcher in Tori Richter in her own right. This one's hit high in the air to center field. DeBoard going back to the wall and just in front of the faded facade of the NCAA and the logo there down the left field line. That is a loud out by Taylor Severson. And now the softball is going to get away, and this will be an error to allow the runners to get to second and third base. So Holzer now is going to be at third. Wixo is going to be at second after the error coming in from Kindred Richland. And now there's 2 outs. Pranty Nelson will step up. She struck out her last time up earlier in this inning. And the pitch, that'll miss. That'll be 1-0. So a little delayed steal there, of the delayed tag, but when it came in, again, it gets by the relay man, and then all of a sudden, boom, you find these Squirrel batters and runners. You're moving up an extra 60 feet. Now 2-0 to Pranty Nelson, and Tori Richter is due up next. Central Cass so far 6 runs in the inning on 7 hits. 2-0 pitch, that'll miss. Now 3-0. This inning has taken as long as the first 2.5 combined. Game that started at 3:59. Well, 37 minutes old, but the Squirrels have brought 11 batters to the plate here in the third. This one's hit in the air. That's to center field. Jordheim on her track, and she's able to get it and stop the bleeding for a fly out to center field. But 6 runs come across on 7 hits. There was an error, and there also was 2 runners left on base. We go to the top of the 4th inning. The damage was done with 6 runs. The Squirrels lead it by 5. It's the championship on your live event.
Bank is a bank on the go and on the grow, with locations in Hunter, Hope, Galesburg, Hillsborough, Grandin, Gackle, Streeter, Judd, Harvey, Medina, and Red Lake Falls. More locations and more services. Dakota Heritage Bank offers mobile banking and online banking with bill pay, so you can bank anytime, anywhere. Stop in and visit Dakota Heritage Bank today. Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. dhbanknd.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
To the top of the 4th inning we go. 6 runs in the third for the Squirrels. 1 run so far in the second. That was on a Jordheim double for the Kindred Richland Vikings. And if you're Kindred Richland, you have some time to try to come back in this one. Still 4 innings of softball left, unless Central Cass gets up by double digits after 4.5, then it would become final. But if you're Kindred Richland, with the lineup that you have with Fuchs Rath on the board, a chance to at least get Richter off her horse a little bit in the circle, try to get a run or 2 across, and just play Kindred Richland softball, which is pretty much that Piranha style back when Christian Guzman, Luis Rivas, Doug Minkiewicz and company with the Twins. It just was 90 feet of baseball, slashing, running. That's what it is for Kindred Richland on the softball side. This one fouled, and this one be over the Vikings dugout. It'll be 0-1. On the opposite side, if you're the Central Cass Squirrels, the old adage of my old traveling basketball coach would say, you have the nail in the coffin. It's time to hit it with the hammer and put this game to bed. 0-1 pitch on the way. The old momentum in sports. And hitting it's contagious, and that's exactly what happened for Central Cass there in the third. Opposite side now for Central Cass. You have Fuchsa, Rath, and DeBoer to deal with here in the top of the 4th inning. A 1-1 pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. Now 1-2. So if you're Kindred Richland, how can you get this to a 3-run, 2-run game by the time you get to the 5th or 6th inning and at least kind of be in a similar situation where you don't need a lot in one particular inning, where you don't need a big crooked number? A 1-2 pitch. That'll be a strikeout here, as they'll say that she went, and then Pranty was unable to field it properly. It will be a K, and then it'll be out number 1. So a 3rd strikeout here for Richter, who's gone 3 1/3 innings so far. 3 hits against, 1 run. That was unearned As this one's going to be hitting the air down the left field line, fouled by Danica Rath. So Rath, the pitcher to start, now at first base here. And Tori Richter, all that she needs to do is continue as what she's done. No walks, just pound the zone. Have the softball go through the zone, force the Vikings batters right now to somehow get aboard with a 5-run lead. The 0-1 pitch on the way. This one's going to be foul, now 0-2. So if you're Scott Koster, just telling here, Tori, hit your spot. You don't need to be too cute. Just find a way to get the softball through the zone and force the Viking batters to try to do exactly what the teammates did from Central Cass in the third inning. That's get multiple hits in a row. 0-2 pitch on the way. Swung on, and this one's going to be fouled. Tip back to the backstop, and staying alive will be Danica Rath. Rath was able to reach base in the second on an air charge to Holzer. And then Cora Johnson came on for the courtesy runner and came in and scored off the Jortheim double. The 0-2 pitch on the way from Richter. This one is laced up the third base line and into the batting cages. It'll continue to be 0-2. Kindred Richland, 15 wins, 3 losses on the season for the Central Cass Squirrels, 17-4. 0-2 pitch on the way. This one is going to miss, and now it'll be 1-2. In the title game between these two teams, the most anyone has scored in one particular game was 6. That was Central Cass in 2019 and their 6-2 win over Kindred Richland. 1-2 pitch on the way. This one's in on the ground. Centers there for the glove. Goes across to Nelson, 5-3 on the putout, and 2 down now here in the top of the 4th inning. Still to come tonight on your live event, about an hour and a half from now, we will have the state baseball championship at Newman Outdoor Field. The number 1 team, Thompson, going the Moore Litchfield Marion, going up against the number 2 seed, the Thompson Tommies. Joel Morgan will have the call for you on that one. That again will be at 6:15. This one is hit on the line, but right to center, and that'll retire the side. 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Richter has worked 4 innings right now as the Squirrels will be coming to the plate with Richter to start things off here on your live event.
Doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Efficiencies are critical, which is why you need a lender who will find the right loan structure for a strong financial future. You need a lender to look out for your whole farm operation. Ag Country. Experts in every field.
The team at
Richter, Fletchock, and Center due up here. As we're going to have one of our umpires coming out here, and we're going to ask, so they might ask if the kids have to leave left center field, or there's a couple of guys in left center field watching the game, and they're going to ask the spectators in left center field. There's a little area to allow where there would be a camera, so to speak, if you will, there where it can kind of go over the 6-foot wall to allow a camera to come up there. This couple of guys were just kind of hanging out, and umpires say, hey, if you want to watch the game, that's fine. Just find a seat in the grandstand or come around the front side of the ballpark here. This one will be in there for a strike to Tori Richter. Cora Johnson came on, got 2 outs, and now she'll have to try to pitch some goose eggs here against the Squirrels bats, which have came alive in the 3rd inning. Richter wants to keep it going and hits one to left field for a single. Richter rounds first, and she will be in there with a stand-up single for the Squirrels. Richter with her 2nd hit of the game. It's now Fletchock here, and it bears repeating. Central Cass is just not wasting a lot of pitches right now. They are really going through the zone early and often against these Viking pitchers. 6-1, Central Cass. Fletchock will see a ball out of the zone. Last time Fletchock was up, she gave Central Cass the lead at 2-1 in the bottom of the 3rd inning with the double. As Richter at first base. Righty matchup on the way. This one is going to be back to the press box. And that one had a chance to come right in front of us here. As we're looking at our public dress announcer, Mark Robinson was saying he kind of was ducking and getting out of the way. There is a window that's right there. We've had one again in the press box earlier that was caught. 1 ball, 1 strike on the way. Might have to make sure that the press box has some insurance on it. 1-1 pitch. This one will be to the backstop. Going is going to be Richter to second base. So Tori Richter now will take second base. Grace Fletchock will have a 2-ball, 2-strike count upcoming. If this score holds, the Central Cass Squirrels will win their 4th straight title and 6th in school history since, again, state baseball or state softball in the state became sanctioned in 2012 at the Class B level, where it's just Class B schools only. So Fletchock, and they'll say now the count is 3-1, so pardon me, 3-1 after she takes the ball there with a runner at second. Fletchock will take one outside, and it'll be a ball here. So Fletchock's at first, Richter is at second, and there's speed on the base pass now for the Squirrels. And don't look now, if Central Cass puts up another crooked number here in the 4th inning, we could be talking potentially about a run rule in the top of the 5th. The way the Squirrels are hitting it, it might be very possible. They would need at least 5 runs here in the 4th, and then if they pitch a goose egg, this one is smashed down the left field line, foul, and having to duck out of the way there is Chad Mears. So it'd be 0-1 to Sinner. Sinner with a double, with a run scored, with a run driven in so far. But if Sinner, for example, hits a 3-run homer, you look up, it's 9-1. There would still be no outs. And then the Squirrels would need just 2 more runs to try to win a state title. This one hit on the ground. That's the shortstop, Roland. Roland goes across the diamond. That's off the glove of Rath. Coming in to score is going to be Richter. And it's going to be 7-1 Central Cass. With the speed of Richter and Fletchock, that forced Roland not to go to second, but to go across the diamond. And that'll be an air charged. And we'll have the run coming in here with Richter. They're going to get the charged air to the first baseman in Rath after it hit her glove, and she was unable to come up with it. So that's going to be an error, the second one of the game for the Kindred Richland Vikings. Sinner at first base. Fletchock is at third. Runners at the corners, and now Pranty steps up. Pranty with a double her last time up, and an RBI as well. Sinner's going to go from first to second. There's a throw down, cutting off his mock at second base. And the Squirrels now will have runners in scoring position. Still nobody out here in the 4th inning. The top of the lineup has done the damage yet again with at least 1 run across. Runners now at second and third. Fletchock at third. Sinner at second. Pranty will have a hitter's count here at 1-0. And Pranty takes the ball. This one gets through the glove of Bircho, but staying close to third base is Fletchock. It's now 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, nobody out, and Payton Nelson is due up next, and what she might do for an encore, who knows? Might want to check the scoreboard because looks like there's a new dent in it from her last time up. 2-0 pitch. Now it'll be 3-0. Also, would like to hope that Payton Nelson will partake in the home run derby at the Shields All-Star at her home park in Castleton on Tuesday. 3-0 on the way. This one in there for a strike, now 3-1. So Central Cass, we're giving up the first run in the game in the second. It was 1-0 going to the bottom of the third, Kindred Richland. 3-1 pitch on the way, and this one is hit high down the air in the left field line, but foul. Giving chase was Roland and Aberman, and we'll have the count now at 3-2. But the Squirrels right now have just found their rhythm in the 3rd and 4th innings, respectively. Almost looks like what they did against Lax Burlington a little bit on Thursday when they were able to just continually to pepper the pitcher. 1 run is in on a line drive single to left. Fletchock is in. They're waving Sinner in. It's a bases-clearing RBI single here for Pranty. It's now 8. Make that 9-1. So coming in to score is Fletchock. Center comes in to score as well. Haugen is going to be courtesy run for, as she'll be at first base. And it's going to be an 8. Make that 9-1 contest here. As Sinner is able to get the 2 RBI single. And it was 8-1 as well prior to that. And it just keeps on going after Richter came in on the air from the catcher. From the first baseman. So Haugen meeting on the mound here for the Kindred Richland Vikings. And now all of a sudden, in this fourth inning with Payton Nelson to the plate. If Nelson hits a 2-run homer, you would talk about the 10-run rule. And that's where we are right now. And the old adage is, how aggressive do you want to be to Payton Nelson? But it's not just Nelson right now when you have everybody else hitting with Richter, Fletchock, Holzer, and so forth. It's been up and down the lineup right now for Central Cass. Nelson will dig in here for the Central Cass Squirrels with the runner at first base again. Is going to be Haugen on the courtesy run. As Cora Johnson, this one's going to hit in the air to right field down the line. That one smells trouble and just foul. And the other thing, when you look up, this is the fifth batter to the plate for Central Cass, and there's still nobody out. And on that one, Payton Nelson was awfully close going down the right field line and possibly getting an RBI double with the speed of Haugen. Here's the 0-1 pitch on the way. That'll be in there for a strike. Now 0-2 for Kindred Richland in the top of the fifth inning. It'll be the bottom of the lineup in Jordheim, Ammerman, and Essling. 0-2 pitch on the way here to Payton Nelson. And the pitch. This one will miss out of the zone. Haugen stays put at first base. It's now 1-2. Earlier today, we'll get to some scores here in the state softball tournament. For those of you that are tuning in for the first game of the day. Earlier in the third place game, Beulah over Renville County 10-0. Payton Nelson takes a ball. It'll be a 2-2 pitch upcoming here from Cora Johnson. This one will run in now 3-2. Consolation title went to Mayport CG, a 4-run win over Velvet Drake Animus. Then the 7th place game, Thompson over to Lax Burlington 17-2. 3-2 pitch on the way. And Payton Nelson takes for a ball, and runners will be at first and second. Pranty able to get the second. Nelson now at first after the walk. The second one by Johnson. And Central Cass, just like the third inning here in the fourth, 5 batters up and 5 batters on and 3 runs scored. Riley Holzer, who has hit a home run in this tournament, steps up with a single, a double so far here today. Her 2-out double came in the second, and she was stranded there. This one's going to be right back to the press box, and that one goes right in. Looks like everyone is all right. Again, I hope they just have insurance here in the press box because it is getting worked throughout these 3 days. No balls, 1 strike. This one will come in at the knee. It'll be 1-1. Batter number 6 to the plate here for Central Cass. 6 runs in the third, 3 so far in the fourth, 9 runs on 10 hits. This one's going to be hit on the ground at Ammerman, but that'll be foul just in front of the third base bag. And we'll make it a 1-2 count here with Riley Holzer. After Holzer, it's Wixo, then Severson. And the Squirrels right now en route to their 6th title in program history. 1-2 upcoming here to Riley Holzer as Johnson looks into Bircho behind the plate and delivers. This one is going to one-hop as Bircho able to glove it. It'll be now 2-2. The Central Cass Squirrels and the Kindred Richland Vikings. The Vikings just one senior. That's Bircho for Central Cass. They do have a good senior core as this one's hit on the line to left field, and there is going to be DeBoard for a loud out here in the 4th inning. It left maybe Thursday with the wind that could have gone. That was a line drive hit right on the screws by Holzer. And now there will be one out here in the 4th inning. For the Squirrels, you have Holzer, a senior, Pranty, Moneylaws, and Payton Nelson. So the core is still coming back for next year as Paige Wixo, a sophomore designated player, takes a ball. It'll be 1-0. But you'll be expected Central Cass again. They've done it before here in terms of head coach Scott Kost having girls come through the program. This one is hit on the ground. Ammerman is there, gets the lead runner on the tag. So Haugen is going to be out. Coming down the runner's path, going to second base is going to be Payton Nelson, and Paige Wixo is able to reach base here in the 4th inning on a fielder's choice. as Taylor Severson steps up to the plate. 9-1 Squirrels, and this one's going to hit her, and bases will be loaded. Hit by pitch here. Severson will take first base. Wixo now at second, and Nelson at third as Camry Nelson is due up here. Nelson 0 for 2 today with a strikeout and a flyout. If the runner from second and Wixo is able to come in this inning, we would talk about, again, the 10-run rule. But right now, Kindred Richland wants to avoid that at all costs as they go to the top of the fifth. This one in there for a strike. It'll be 0-1, and also what they want to try to do is at least be down by 8 runs, and then try to get some hits going against Richter. If you're the Squirrels, 0-1 pitch. This one's going to be right back to us again. And a good catch by the fan in the stands. About 7 rows down. He doesn't need a glove. It'll be 0-2. But if you're the Squirrels, you're hoping that Nelson can hit one up the middle and try to get 2 more runs here in the 4th inning. 0-2 pitch, swung on and miss, and Johnson gets the strikeout. Bases loaded for the Squirrels, and that'll retire the side. But Central Cass scores 3 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning, and they've stretched out their lead here in the State B championship game. It's 9-1 Central Cass.
Agronomy wishes the best of luck to the players in today's game. Maple River Grain and Agronomy is proudly serving producers, accessing markets, and building relationships in eastern North Dakota and western Minnesota. They offer a variety of grain marketing and agronomy solutions. See the latest updates by following MRGA on social media. They're active on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Check out the website at mrga.com to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy and how they can serve you and your operation.
Top of the 5th inning we go. Jordheim, Ammerman, and Essling going up against Torrey Richter. So from here on out now, if Central Cass puts a goose egg up here against Kindred Richland in the top of the 5th inning, then they score 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th, it would be game over as well via the run rule. So because of the scoring this situation we're at, we have to bring that into play. All that the Vikings are guaranteed right now is at least these 3 outs, because if 2 runs come in the bottom of the 5th, the game's over. So if you're Kindred Richland, want to be productive, you're down by 8 with 9 outs total left to go, the 5th, 6th, and 7th. But there is still time for the fans clad in blue, but time is starting to slowly but surely wind down. This one is going to be hit in the air. This could be trouble. It is. It's a leadoff single here for Jansen Jordheim, 1 pitch and 1 hit. And now Kindred Richland has a runner on here in the 5th inning. Kindred Richland able to get a leadoff runner on in the 2nd that came in and scored with Cora Johnson as she came in for the courtesy run for Danica Rath. Stepping up to the plate now for Kindred Richland will be Olivia Mathis will come on. As Olivia, the junior, in the regular season, batted 506 games during the regular season for the Kindred Richland Vikings. Runner at first base will be Jordheim here in a game that's now an hour old at Theraldson Park. So runner at first, no outs here in top of the 5th inning. The Kindred Richland Vikings just looking to chip into that deficit some way, somehow. The Central Cass Squirrels with Richter. This one will run in at the hands, miss for a ball, now 1-0. So Mathis hitting for Avery Ammerman, who's 0 for 1 so far today. Here's the 1-0 pitch on the way. This one's going to be swung on and missed as well. It's now 1-1. And then you have Cora Johnson again going to be coming on for Essling after Essling was taken out of the game because Johnson came on and pitched. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. Check swing, did not go. It's going to be now 2-1. The Kindred Richland Vikings get ahead in the count here with Mathis and a 2-1 pitch. This one is grounded up the first baseline foul, now 2-2. Earlier this season, Kindred Richland won a game against Central Cass, coming back, winning 6-5. The Squirrels won the other 2 in the first contest this year, 7-3, and then in the Region 1 title, a close game, 4-2 Squirrels. This one will miss, and it'll be now 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. We'll see if Jordheim is on the move at first with a 3-2 pitch. upcoming here by Richter. Strike 3 looking, and that'll be out number 1. Richter gets her 4th strikeout, and now it's going to be Johnson, the pitcher, coming up here for the Kindred Richland Vikings. So you're going to have the runner at first again in Jordheim. As Johnson will see one, and that will come in for a ball. It's now 1-0. Cora Johnson in this tournament, 0 for 1 at the plate. In the regular season, batted .321 with 3 runs driven in. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. This one is hit, and Riley Holzer, a pop-up at short, calls everybody off for the 2nd out. Back to the top of the line now for Kindred Richland, 3rd time through the order with Leah Rowland. Rowland a ground out to Holzer to start the game back in the 1st, and flew out to Prochnow in center field. 0 for 2 today here for Kindred Richland. Richter, 4 2/3 innings worked, 4 hits against. This one will be a ball, now 1-0. There's a single back in the 1st, a double in the 2nd, and a single to start here this inning with Jordheim. And the pitch, that'll be a ball as well, now 2-0. And he had a single by Mock in the 3rd. So Kindred Richland's been able to get a runner on for the majority of their innings against Richter. They just haven't done much with them. 2-0 pitch is going to be hit on the ground to Center at third base. Center with time across the diamond to retire Rowland. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning, 5-3 on the putout. There was no runs a hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. 4.5 complete in the State B Championship. It's 9-1 Squirrels on your live event.
Successful teams need a place to practice when the weather doesn't cooperate or the teams just need an extra swing. The Mayport Youth Center provides that option for the Mayport CG School District, summer baseball and softball teams. The Mayport Youth Center is an indoor facility that includes batting cages and field turf. In the winter, the facility is home to the Mayport Ice Dog hockey team. Good luck to the Mayport CG Patriots from the Mayport Youth Center.
Bottom of the 5th inning for the Central Cass Squirrels. Be back to the top of the lineup here with Richter, Fletchuk, and Center for the 4th time through the order here for Central Cass. Squirrels scored 2 runs. The game is over, so Kindred Richland can only give up 1 run here to try to get to the top of the 6th inning. Tori Richter, so far today, a couple of singles, 2 runs scored, and a stolen base here for the Central Cass Squirrels. 1 run, 4 hits, 2 errors for Kindred Richland. 9 runs, 10 hits, and 1 error in comparison for Central Cass. Richter works ahead in the count here on Cora Johnson, 1-0. Johnson, the righty, looks into Bircho on the 1-0 pitch. Missing out of the zone now, 2-0. Cora Johnson here for Kindred Richland, just a freshman. So the Vikings, they're going to have their entire team back except their catcher, and that's a vital cog of who's going to be catching next season. But take a look at what they have. This is going to be a team that's going to have expectations to get back here, and quite frankly, the last 10 years of this state tournament, you've said if it's not Central Cass or Kindred Richland, who's quite honestly going to win it? Who else would you put in that category? 2-1 pitch is fouled. Now 2-2. Renville County and Ginger Savacool in this tournament able to have 35 strikeouts in 3 games that she threw, and she's just a sophomore. So you say, all right, there's an ace for the Muskrats. You take a look at Beulah, Christensen, an awfully good batter and a pitcher. So you got some teams out west that are starting to come alive. 2-2 pitch. This one hit up the third baseline foul. And we'll do it again with Richter. You look at Region 2 with Thompson only losing 1 senior with Krogstead. You look at Mayport CG, and they're going to be a dynamic team again next season. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This one swung on a miss, and Johnson gets the strikeout. 1 down now in the 5th inning. Now it's Grace Fletchak here for Central Cass. So there's definitely some teams that you can put in contention to say they could play with Central Cass or Kindred Richland, but the old adage is, how do you put 3 games together in a state tournament within 72 hours as Fletchak hits one up the third baseline foul? Fletchak today, 1 of 2 with a stumble in the third inning. Got a walk in the fourth with 2 runs scored. And I think that's the one thing, anytime in any particular sport that has a state tournament like this, where you play multiple games in a short time period, 0-1 pitch is going to be a sly little pop-up back to the pitcher. Johnson able to glove it, and 2 down. As Katie Sinner steps up to the plate. Sinner with a double in the third, able to score and came in and scored as well in the fourth inning. But for Central Cass, 2 outs now in the fifth. Sinner swung on and missed. It's 0-1. Before, again, a team to try to win 3 games in 3 days, and more than likely would either have to beat the Vikings or the Squirrels, if not both teams, to try to win a state tournament. That's been a tall order for clubs. Inland Maple Valley, the first team to win a State B championship in 2012. Central Cass won it then over Inland Maple Valley in 2013. It's been either the team in red. This one is hit on the ground. That goes to the third baseman, Ammerman, across the diamond in time to retire the side. But it's been either the team in red or the team in blue since 2013 to win a state championship, and that trend is going to continue. The Squirrels right now 6 outs away. The Vikings put up a goose egg here in the bottom of the 5th inning, and Kindred Richland will be also coming to bat now here. It's a state title on your live event.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
Laraldson Park, a gorgeous venue for a state tournament, softball, Class A, Class B. If it's North Dakota, heck, if Minnesota wants to play here, I would understand the reason why. Gorgeous venue, and we've had really good weather the last 3 days as well to have the state softball tournament here on your live event. Reminder still to come about an hour from now, the State B baseball championship between Thompson and Lemoore Litchfield Marion. That'll be at 6:15 with Joel Morgan here on your live event. So the top of the 6th inning, it's going to be Mock, Birchall, and Fuchsa here, the 2, 3, and 4 batters, as Richter is on for her 6th inning of work. Mock so far today, 1 of 2 with a ground out in the first, a single in the third, falls behind the count here to Richter. Here's the pitch. This one hit on the ground, right to center. Center a high hop, plays it, goes across the diamond in time to Nelson. And 1 down here in the 6th inning. For the Vikings, they've only been able to have a more than 1 runner at least reach base in an inning. That was in the second off an error. Danica Rath reached, and then Jortheim had a double. But outside of that, it's just either been a single, 1 hit by Birchall, a single by Mock in the third. You had a single by Jortheim in the 5th, and that's it. 1 ball, no strikes here to Maddie Birchall. She's reached base twice. 1 of 2 today, got on base with a fielder's choice in the third. This one hit right back to Sinner, and Sinner goes across the diamond. And Katie Sinner, rinse and repeat. It's 3 straight groundouts to Sinner at third, and all have been retired as well. 2 down now in the top of the 6th. As Mackenzie Fuchsa is due up, and it looks like the Vikings will be having Riley Rankin, a freshman, coming on here to hit. So Rankin has yet to have an official at bat here. She does have a run scored in this tournament for the Vikings. So Rankin will come in here with 2 outs and try to get something going for Kindred Richland. On the opposite side for Central Cass in the bottom half of the 6th inning, it's Pranty, Nelson, and Holzer due up again for the Squirrels. So Rankin, the righty, going up against Tori Richter. Able to get to the rubber and the pitch. This one will miss for a ball. It's now 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes here with 2 outs in the top of the 6th inning. As Richter looks into Pranty and the pitch. That'll miss for a ball, 2-0. Severson in left field has had a nice job so far throughout this tournament. Prochnow in straightaway center, and Camry Nelson in right. In the infield, Nelson, that's Payton. Fletchock at second, Holzer at third. 2-0 pitch on the way. This is grounded up the first baseline as Nelson gloves it. make it now 2-1. Katie Sinner again at third, and Pranty behind the plate. The one thing that Central Cass consistently, and same thing for Kindred Richland, they just rarely beat themselves when you go up against them. They force you to earn it, and Central Cass has did that with the hit parade back in the third inning. 2-1 pitch, that'll be a ball. It'll be 3-1. Danica Rath is due up next if Rankin can maybe draw a walk or get a base with a single here against Richter. 3-1 is the count here to Rankin. That one going to be a ball, a 5-pitch walk, and Rankin's aboard here for the first free pass given up by Tori Richter in this contest. Danica Rath will come up here for the Kindred Richland Vikings. As Tori Richter looks back in here to Pranty, and now we'll have to work with another runner on, but Richter's done a really good job minimizing damage. This one's going to be fouled back. It'll be 0-1. Kindred Richland got a 2-out runner on in the first with Bircho. Their leadoff runner with Danica Rath on in the second. Courtesy run for Johnson came in to score. There's just a single and 1-out variety by Mock in the third. 3 up, 3 down in the fourth. A leadoff single by Jordheim in the fifth, and she was unable to go anywhere but first. This one hit high in the air to left field, and Rath with an out on the second pitch of the at-bat, but that goes to Severson to the track, and that'll retire the side. So a long fly out to left, and we go to the bottom of the sixth inning. It's the Central Cass Squirrels 9, the Kindred Richland Vikings 1. It's the state title on your live event.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical North Dakota high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Bottom of the sixth inning, 4, 5, 6 batters here. Pranty, Nelson, and Holzer for the Central Cass Squirrels. Final today in Toronto, Jose Barrios beats his older team. Toronto 12, the Minnesota Twins 3. So that series now at 1 apiece after the Minnesota Twins won last night north of the border. Pranty, Nelson, and Holzer here. This one will miss for a ball. It's now 1-0. Pranty able to get on board twice so far today with a pair of hits and a line drive to the shortstop Roland in the second inning. This one is hit high in the air down the left field line. Coming in as a left fielder. Good hustle there by the board, who makes the catch just in front of the fair foul line in left, and 1 out now in the sixth inning. So Johnson able to retire here the last 5 Central Cass Squirrel batters, as now it's Payton Nelson already today, a 2-run homer off the scoreboard in straightaway center, a walk in the fourth, and popped out to Danica Rath, at that time the pitcher in the circle in the second. Nelson takes a ball. Here's the 1-0 pitch. This one is smoked to right field, and that one's going to go over the head and almost out. It was on top of the wall there. Payton Nelson rounds first. She's coming into second with a stand-up double. Nelson, by about a half a foot, missed a second home run here for Central Cass. Inside-out swing for Payton Nelson, and in this tournament it just kind of feels like someone's playing chess while the other is playing checkers, and they're going to ask to see if we have a new pitcher here as Danica Rath is going to come back on, and now the Kindred Richland Vikings will also make a substitution as Essling will go back to the right field, and Fuchsa will more than likely come back and be the first baseman, as you're going to have Danica Rath back in the circle. And now for the Central Cass Squirrels, Whitney Mitchell will be courtesy run for here for Payton Nelson, so Mitchell will be at second. Nelson just showed her power as well, as that one was hit to right field, more towards right than center, but there's white on top of the green wall, and the softball was just underneath that white line, and she almost hit her second home run of the evening here in Fargo. Runner at second base is Mitchell. Riley Holzer due up next for Central Cass. Squirrels 1 out here, bottom of the sixth inning. They're one of two things away from trying to win a state title, either scoring 2 runs here in the 6th on a 10-run rule or getting 3 outs in the next inning if they are unable to score 2 runs here, and Central Cass would win their 4th consecutive State B championship title here in Fargo. Opening pitch here to Riley Holzer today has reached board twice with a double and a single, 2 for 3. Holzer takes a ball. It's now 1-0. Big inning for Central Cass was the 3rd. 6 runs, 7 hits. There was an error on Kindred Richland and 2 runners left on base. 1-0 pitch on the way. This one's going to be right back at us, and this is going to be another opportunity again, as that one was very close as that one was coming back. Has almost had a second chance at that one. That one was very close from coming into the opportunity here for the press box. It'll be 1-1 now. So close. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. This one will 1 hop to Maddie Bircho. It'll now be 3-1. We had an exact same foul ball earlier today, but it came into the booth. So this has been the hot zone, if you will, or since Top Gun is out, the danger zone, I guess you can call it. 3 balls, 1 strike on the pitch. This one will be a walk, and the game-ending run now stands at first base here with Riley Holzer. So Holzer's at first. At second is Mitchell, and Paige Wixo steps up to the plate. 9 runs, 11 hits for Central Cass, 1 run, 4 hits for Kindred Richland. The Vikings scored the first run of the game back in the 2nd inning. Since then, 9 runs have come across, and it's all been via the team clad in red in the Squirrels. As Wixo takes a ball, it's now 1-0. And it's been everywhere. The top of the lineup, though, has been extremely efficient. 6 runs scored between Richter, Fletchock, and Sinner. 1-0 pitch. That'll miss. Now 2-0. The big blast again, the 2-run home run by Payton Nelson in the 3rd inning. At one point in the 3rd, Central Cass had 7 straight hits, either via the single, the double, or the home run. 2 balls, no strikes to Wixo. That'll be in there for a strike. Now 2-1. 2-1 on the way here as Wixo has reached base twice, once on a fielder's choice in the 4th and a single in the 3rd. 2-1 pitch. That'll miss. Now 3-1. Beulah over Renville County in the 3rd place game. 5th place game, Mayport CG able to win. Then the 7th place game, the Thompson Tommies over to Lax Burlington. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Here Johnson winds and pitches. This one is hit in the air, and that one's going to drop in front of the center fielder, Jornheim. Everybody moves up 60 feet, and now the bases are full of squirrels. Mitchell at 3rd base, Holzer at 2nd. Wixo gets aboard with a base knock here, and now it's Taylor Severson. That one was hit on the line, just a soft line drive to Jornheim in center, so staying close to 2nd was Mitchell, as if it would have been with 2 outs, she would have been running off the crack of the bat instead. Had to stay close, and now that's why everybody's up 60 feet. First pitch on the way to Severson. Severson hits one foul, and that'll be 0-1. Severson flew out to left field in the 3rd, walked with a run scored as well to open the 3rd inning off, and then was hit by a pitcher last time up. 0-1 pitch. This one is hit on the ground. That goes to Rowland off of her glove. Rowland tries to get the runner out. At first cannot. It'll be an error on the shortstop, and now Central Cass leads it 10-1. Mitchell comes in to score. Holzer is now at 3rd. Wixo at 2nd, and Severson gets aboard. That'll be an error on the shortstop, Rowland. Rowland gloved it for a moment, thought she might have been able to take Holzer, but when the glove came back to the turf, the softball came out, and then her only play was at first, but Severson's speed gets her aboard. This one will miss inside, and Pranty Nelson will work ahead in the count 1-0. The game-ending run stands 60 feet away, and the name of the senior, Riley Holzer. 1-0 pitch. That'll miss. It's now 2-0. And also a walk here, a single, a wild pitch pass ball that plates Holzer. The game is over. Central Cass up by 9. Cora Johnson 2-0 pitch. This one is foul back, now 2-1. Johnson needs a strikeout badly here for the Vikings, and then we'll need another out. And somehow, miraculously, Kindred Richland would have to try to get 9 runs across at the top of the 7th. That's what is on tap for Kindred Richland if they want to try to come back in this one. But right now, the Vikings are literally down to their last ball. Not strike, down to their last ball. If it's a ball here, bases loaded, walk would end the game, and Holzer would come in to put the game to bed. 3-1 pitch. This one is in on the line. Rollins there, goes off for glove again, and that will do it. The Squirrels are your 2022 State B champions for a 4th consecutive year, and for the 6th time in program history, Central Cass has won the State B softball tournament. Your final, 11-1 Squirrels. Coming in to score is Holzer. The flash mob is on, and Central Cass will score 2 runs in the 6th inning. A game that finishes at 5:20. Goes an hour and 21 minutes. Central Cass, 11 runs, 12 hits. There was an error. Kindred Richland, 1 run, 4 hits, and 4 errors. Richter is the winning pitcher, and Danica Rath is the losing pitcher of record. Again, your final, 11-1 Central Cass here, as the Squirrels able to defeat the Kindred Richland Vikings. It's the 4th title game between the 2 programs. The first 2 go to Kindred Richland. The next 2, though, now have gone to Central Cass. And the Squirrels, in their 9th title game, bring home their 6th state championship. Kindred Richland finishes 15 wins and 4 losses on this season. For the Central Cass Squirrels, they are 17. Make that now 18-4. Let's take a look at the final line score here as well as we get to our RDK Enterprises Precision Player of the Game. And also, we'll get some hardware being announced here with the Senior Athlete, the Coach of the Year. The Central Cass Squirrels, Tori Richter goes 6 innings, 62 pitches, 4 hits, a run that was unearned, 4 strikeouts, and 1 walk for Richter. Danica Rath goes 2 2/3 innings, 8 hits, 8 runs, 6 earned, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Corey Johnson goes 2 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned runs, and 2 strikeouts as well, and 2 walks. As they're naming now the Senior Athlete of the Year award, we'll get the Coach of the Year award as well, and then they'll hand out some of the team hardware as well. The 2022 Senior Athlete of the Year in North Dakota, Payton Nelson from Central Cass, and rightfully so, Nelson with 2 2-run homers here in this tournament. Payton Nelson, your Senior Athlete of the Year, and also our RDK Enterprises Precision Player of the Game here for the Central Cass Squirrels, or part of it, as she was able to get a 2-run homer, a walk, a double, as well, a couple RBIs. Payton Nelson from Central Cass going to get hugged one more time. The senior will be able to play in the Shields All-Star Series, as the runner-up trophy will be coming up here for the Vikings. Kindred Richland on a 2nd-place season here. They lose to their rivals, but the Vikings out of Region 1 show you why it's been so good. This area has won every state softball championship. It's either been Central Cass, Kindred Richland, or the very first one, Enderlin Maple Valley in 2012. A championship again stays in the East in Class B. Now it goes to the Central Cass Squirrels here, as they will come out and get their hardware, the state title, as it's up in the air immediately as they are throwing up the trophy and the number 1 sign for the championship, as they will get their plaques as well for Central Cass. So the Squirrels finish with 18 wins, 4 losses. Scott Koss and the Squirrels, they've got 3 runners-up and now 6 state titles, bringing it back to Castleton here. Senior Athlete of the Year, Payton Nelson. And the Squirrels had a really nice day. The baseball team able to win as the consolation champs. And then you're going to have the state softball champs as well here. So consolation champs in baseball, state softball champs here in softball for Central Cass. Your final again is 11-12. But let's continue here and go over some of the final numbers in this one and get to our RDK Enterprises precision play of the game as well, or player of the game. Payton Nelson had the precision play of the game. She hit one off the 218 mark in straightaway center field. Then about 20 feet on top of that at the wall is the actual scoreboard, and Nelson hit it off the scoreboard. Payton Nelson finishes 2 for 3 with 2 runners driven in and a run scored. Barbara Pranty goes 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs. Katie Sinner goes 1 of 4 with 2 runs scored and a run driven in. And Fletchock 1 of 3 with 2 runs scored, 2 runs driven in as well here for Central Cass. Severson with a run driven in, and Pranty Nelson with a run driven in. Tori Richter with 2 runs scored. For the Kindred Richland Vikings, their lineup, Jansen Jordheim went 2 for 2 with an RBI. That was the lone RBI in the game. The run that came in and scored was Cora Johnson on the courtesy runner. A couple of hits from Mock and Bircho, 1 apiece, and that was it. Kindred Richland, 22 at-bats, 4 hits, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts for Central Cass. 31 at-bats, 12 hits, 4 walks, and 3 strikeouts. The Vikings leave 4 runners on, and Central Cass, they leave 6 runners on. Tori Richter with the complete game win, 6 innings, 62 pitches is all she needed. 4 hits, 1 run that was unearned, and then he had 4 strikeouts and 1 walk here for the Central Cass Squirrels. Central Cass scores 20 runs against Lax Burlington. They needed just 3 to get by Renville County, the 2-run homer by Payton Nelson, and they get 11 runs here. In comparison, they give up 3 runs to the Lakers, 2 runs to Renville County, and 1 run here to Kindred Richland. So they only give up 6 runs total in the 3 games here of this state tournament. Your final again, the Central Cass Squirrels, 11-1. Well, here's the final across the way one more time. Thompson 17-2 winners over to Lax Burlington, Lewis and Clark for 7th place. Consolation champs goes to Mayport CG with a 7-3 win over Velva Drake Anamoose. The 3rd place goes to the Beulah Miners with a 10-0 win over Renville County, and then 11-1 win here, Central Cass in 16. Tip of the cap to Sam Brandt and the Kindred Richland Vikings. A really good season. 3 of their 4 losses do come at the hands of the Central Cass Squirrels. They finish 15 wins and now 4 losses on the season. In comparison to the Central Cass Squirrels, they go 18 wins and 4 losses, and bringing back again a 4th consecutive state title and the 6th in program history. Thanks to all of our sponsors for allowing us to be here on your live event. Our next broadcast is actually less than an hour from now. It's the state baseball tournament at Newman Outdoor Field, the championship. Number 1 seed Lamora Litcho Marion and number 2 seed the Thompson Tommies. We will have that for you coming up on your live event with Joe Morgan. And then on Monday, it's the Shield Softball All-Star Series where we will see Maddie Bircho, Riley Holzer, Payton Nelson one more time. 2 games scheduled in Bismarck. We will have the video broadcast for you on that starting at 4:30. And then on Tuesday, it shifts to Castleton. So if you're a softball fan in the Red River Valley, come on out, go to Castleton on Tuesday. The skills competitions at 4:30. The championship, or the final game, we should say, the East versus West All-Stars, that'll be at 6:30. So that's to come next week as well for some more softball. You can check out all the information online at yourliveevent.com. On behalf of everyone behind the scenes at Your Live Event, I'm Chase Miller for the final time from Theraldson Park saying thank you very much for tuning in to our coverage. Have a great rest of your weekend and enjoy the summer. The Squirrels are back again, the 6th time in program history, the champs in State B softball.